In the past few years, live streamers have become some of the most famous and financially successful online creators. They usually have die-hard, cult-like fan bases who are willing to watch them sit at a desk for hours on end. But there is a major cost that comes with this type of attention: doxing, swatting, harassment, bullying, public scrutiny, obsessive fans, deepfakes, and even manipulation from corporate employees. Pokimane has been one of the top female streamers in a space that is very much dominated by men. At her peak, she was averaging 40,000 viewers, which is the equivalent of a sold-out Major League Baseball stadium in the United States. She has been subject to a lot of controversy in her near decade-long streaming career. Now, some of these incidents have been brought on by herself, but for a lot of them, she seems to be a pawn in a much bigger problem. And it's reached a tipping point, starting to realize that all the money might not be worth the risk to be in her position. Stay hydrated. Since the beginning of her career, Pokimane has been accused of having pretty privilege, which is essentially the idea that being attractive makes it much easier to gain success at whatever you do. This argument definitely—
That's a fact. I think we all know that. Like, it's called an unfair advantage. Everyone has one. You know? I'm not pretty, but I'm a fucking sexual beast. It's my unfair advantage.
does have some truths, but it's often used to minimize the work that women or men have put in to gain all of their notoriety.
It still takes work. I didn't say that. I just say it's an unfair advantage.
Years. She had amassed 20,000 followers on Twitch in 2014 before graduating high school. And although it seems like an easy job, being entertaining for hours on end, day in and day out, while sitting at a desk is very difficult. But she did benefit from the lack of competition. In 2014, Twitch only had around 300,000 daily active viewers. Her game of choice was League of Legends, which is still the most watched game of all time on Twitch by a lot. A young woman who was genuinely interested in the game at that time was extremely rare. On top of being entertaining with her audience and good at the game, she was destined for success.
I'm about to get on some League after this, boys.
Many of her followers were likely men who felt like they could hang around a girl who plays their favorite game, watches anime, and understands meme culture. She was every Reddit and Discord mod's dream girl. Some of her fans would send her hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars for a brief interaction to say their name and thank them for their generosity. These men are often referred to as simps.
What's wrong with
and they can
League?
get extremely out of control. Simp is a slang insult for men who are seen as too attentive and submissive to women, especially out of a failed hope of winning some entitled sexual attention or activity from them. The word simp is actually banned on Twitch because it's seen as bullying, but it's likely banned because Twitch profits so much from these men that they want to do everything they can to protect them. And in return, Poki is the one who gets blamed because—
What? You banning the word simp? What? What? That's crazy as fuck!
she doesn't shame these men for giving her money. A video titled "Simp Willingly Goes Homeless for Pokimane" was uploaded in May of 2020 by It's a Gundam, which used several examples of interactions between Pokimane fans to highlight just how dangerously obsessed some of them appear to be. It's a Gundam came across grown men committing the heinous crime of sad cringe. I'm kinda short on savings, but I'll defo get $500 to drop this week, LMAO. Hope she sees this and knows I love her and miss her. Then somebody replies, only $500? Pathetic. Get your bread up. OP. I got evicted because I was 4 months behind on rent, so yeah, I don't know, I'll see if I can sleep behind a Starbucks so I can use the free Wi-Fi and donate the rest of my money.
We live—
Nigga! Bro, this is not your girl! This is not your wife! This is not your mom! You 4 months behind rent! And you about to take your money? Nigga!
in a day and age where men are shaming each other for not giving a woman who's already a millionaire the last bit of money they have. Welcome to 2020. It is a horrible time in history.
Pokimane reacted to It's a Gundam video and dismissed all the embarrassing tweets as fake. And still to this day, it's unclear if the tweets were real or not. Even if they were fake, it sadly isn't too far from the mentality of some men that watch her streams. But Poki committed a YouTube cardinal sin, going after the sponsor of the video.
I actually can't believe anyone would sponsor these shenanigans.
She got a lot of heat from YouTubers for this, since it's considered a low blow to go after someone's livelihood because she didn't like the content. The situation is ironic because Gundam was also kind of going after Poki's livelihood by bullying people that pay her money. Even if these men have extremely unrealistic expectations, Poki was defending her fans, which seems like what most people would do in that situation. Either way, she apologized.
I want to sincerely apologize to both It's a Gundam and to the sponsor of that video for the remarks and comments that I made. I completely understand people's concern for going after someone else's livelihood.
But this wasn't the first time she had to apologize. There was another controversy that resurfaced
I didn't even think that was that deep, nigga. God, I really hope I don't get into any points where I have to apologize, because knowing my ego, bro, I feel like I wouldn't do it, and it would just be the end of me, bro. I'd be like, nigga, I'm not taking back shit I said. So God, look, if you're hearing me now, bro, do not put me in any situation like this to where I have to come back and apologize. You feel me? Just don't do it, because I'm probably not gonna do it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm probably not gonna do it.
14, where she said the N-word.
Nick, you ain't funny. That's not true. Maybe you're just boring as fuck and lame as hell. Cause only lame say that shit.
She immediately took to Twitter to try and explain herself. Hard for me to speak on this clip's context because it's so old. I'm almost 23 and was underage in that clip, but it was definitely not said in a racist or derogatory manner, she said, adding, it was a time period and environment where saying it was more common and used as a replacement for dude.
Literally
and
every
I've never
nigga
said
in
it in a
Connecticut.
racist way, hard R. Either.
Every white girl in
Almost everyone
Connecticut.
below
Nigga.
this tweet rallied in support for Pokimane, pointing out that this expose seemed like digging up old irrelevant clips of someone with the sole purpose of publicly humiliating them out of spite. However, as Pokimane became more and more popular, this clip resurfaced often. She apologized for the second time in 2020.
I've commented on this in the past, but honestly, my statement or comments then
Is this the
weren't
same
good
video?
enough, even though people were very
Is she apologizing in the same
I want
video?
to make it clear that I am genuinely so sorry if
Bruh!
I hurt or offended anyone with what I said.
You have to apologize
really
twice in
wish I
the
could go back in
nigga.
time
You
and
doing like
change the past.
nah? I'm sorry, but
Unfortunately,
no.
I can't, but I do hope
You
that
said sorry
my
enough.
behavior in regards to language for the last couple of years and onwards will speak for itself.
Keep in mind at this point in 2020, she was easily the largest female Twitch streamer and one of the top streamers, period. She is now an owner of Offline TV, which is essentially a streamer production house consisting of her friends that create content together and individually. They all work together and use their network to grow everyone's social media presence. And at the time, all of the biggest streamers were collaborating with each other to play the game Among Us. Everything that she was doing was being very meticulously watched and analyzed. This is when a large amount of hate started pouring in. People expressed their disdain for Pokimane, saying her personality was fake, forced, and only saying and doing things to fit what she thinks her brand should be. I think it's also worth mentioning that people expect YouTubers and streamers to be 100% themselves because they give off this assumption that they are normal people and not acting. But it's almost always an enhanced version of themselves. Like my second channel is just me wearing goofy glasses and being overly animated. I mean, that is me or a side of me, but it also has elements of a character.
Yeah,
but her
bro.
N-word controversy would resurface.
DuckyDee is Devontae is DuckyDee, but DuckyDee is not Devontae. Does that make sense? Did I say it right? Devontae? Yeah, bro. As soon as I turn off this camera, nigga. No.
Again in
I
2020.
just sit there like, fuck this shit, man. I don't want to fucking stream tomorrow. I'm playing.
2022, and this time it took a twist nobody could have ever predicted. This controversy involves the very popular comedy YouTuber Gideon, who was just starting up his Twitch account in January of 2022. Gideon is known for being a troll, but his intentions are pure. He reacted to a video of Pokimane saying the N-word. Then he tweeted the video. Then 1 week later, on January 13th,
Anthony,
Gideon
you
goes
wildin'
live
in
to
the
more
chat
than
right now.
10,000 viewers. He had more viewers than Pokimane after his first week on the platform. So he instructed his viewers to go to her stream and spam the phrase L plus ratio, which was his way of trolling and bragging to her. Pokimane was simply minding her business. So why did he go after her? Well, because she is known as the Queen of Twitch, and trolling her is kind of a meme. But militarizing his audience is known as hate raiding, which is against TOS on Twitch. As she's getting flooded with spam, people start telling her that it's coming from Gideon, to which he gets mad at them for snitching, and then he says this.
If you're from Pokimane, I mean, If you're from Pokimane's chat,
Yo.
and you have a penis, I'm gonna tell you this right now. She is not gonna f you, bro. I don't care how much you donated. I don't care how many hours you watch her. She is not gonna f you, bro. She has a man's. Bro, you probably don't want to hear this. You probably don't want to hear this. But I'm sorry. I'm gonna break the fourth wall. And spoiler alert, she's getting down every night by another nigga. She is getting down, deep stroked, balls deep.
Oh no.
Balls banging
Nigga!
on the wall.
You're one!
Every night.
Pokimane responded to the harassment by saying whoever was responsible, if you get banned, I'm not going to be sad, and then ended her stream. But the story gets a little weirder when Ninja somehow got alerted about what was happening, and he got in contact with Jidion to let him know that he was screwed.
I promise you guys, there's literally nothing I can do.
Ninja was right. Once Twitch became aware of the incident, they banned Jidion for 14 days, which later turned into a permanent ban following an appeal prior to his 14-day ban period. People suspected that Jidion received such a harsh consequence because Pokimane is regarded as Twitch's golden child that they will do anything to protect. After Jidion updated his social media followers on the state of his Twitch account, people instantly began blaming Poki. Pokimane clarified the following day that she had nothing to do with Jidion's ban and claimed that Jidion and his fans were targeting her because she's a woman. The reason Pokimane mentioned her gender is that during Jidion's stream, he taunted Poki's male audience and told them no matter how much they donated, Poki wasn't going to sleep with them. Ludwig chimed in on this and basically said that this is just something Pokimane has to deal with.
Do is have sex with Poki, which, you know, it sucks. That's how
It doesn't just suck. It's not fucking okay. I'm so tired of people acting like it just sucks and it's unlucky. And it just is what it is. I don't want to be in an industry where that just sucks. I do not want it to be is anymore. Please, yes, thank you. I can't even English anymore. I'm so sick of this shit.
There seemed to be a huge divide. A lot of men thought Poki was being overly dramatic, and Ludwig was just pointing out the reality of sexism that exists on Twitch. But others thought Poki's frustration is justified, as she is constantly being sexualized day in and day out when she's just a girl who plays video games. But some people are convinced that
she don't be on like the hot tub streams. She don't be doing all that extra shit, and they still manage to want to deep fake her. It don't even make any sense. Like, she really don't be about that lifestyle, bro. Like, you just a horny ass nigga, bro.
Pokimane is lying, and that she purposely tries to appear single to maintain her innocent and single persona. If men assume that she's single, their parasocial bond increases, and they are more likely to send her gifts and money if they truly believe that one day she might notice them. Or maybe she just wants to keep her private life private, like everyone else. But before Jidion would end up apologizing for his behavior, things took an insane twist. Ninja brought up the situation again when people were in his chat begging him to try to help Jidion get unbanned. In order to get viewers to stop spamming, he claims that he texted his partner manager to help him out.
Alright, I sent the text. I don't promise a goddamn thing.
Pokimane did not like this.
Seeing him on a call with Ninja and Ninja like allied with him and saying, oh, like, I'll try to make sure your ban isn't too bad. That's a little weird.
Then she tweeted, "It baffles me when other streamers don't stand up against blatant harassment or misogyny." While discussing all of this on a live stream, Ninja DM'd Poki and let her know that he didn't actually contact his representative at Twitch. We only know this because Poki shared the DM to her audience while she was streaming, with the final words being, "You're making a big mistake." This appeared to be a threat, which was kind of confirmed by a second exposed DM from Ninja's wife, saying that they are considering everything Poki was saying as defamation of character, and they are getting their legal team involved. But these threats never really amounted to anything. Jidion privately and publicly...
These niggas be going too far. This shit just does not seem... Is it me? Or this shit don't seem that deep to me, nigga? Like, what? It just doesn't seem that deep to me.
Apologized to Pokimane, asking his supporters to stop harassing her social media accounts. He says his actions were corny and he was being petty. Pokimane responded by accepting his apology, and they even did a collaboration together and consider each other friends to this day. It's pretty clear that Jidion made a mistake, owned up to his mistake, and the person who was the victim in the situation forgave him. But Twitch still has banned Jidion, and they do not plan on allowing him to come back to their platform. Free Jidion, y'all. But Pokimane's overreaction to being sexualized and harassed for being a woman reached a tipping point recently that may just have her ready to quit. Twitch streamer Brandon Ewing, known online as Atrioc, accidentally exposed himself after exiting a game he was streaming and allowing viewers to see all the tabs he had open on his screen, one of which was a website that had deepfake pornographic content. The website featured deepfakes of fellow female streamers such as Pokimane, Maya Higa, QT Cinderella, and many more. Though Atrioc quickly switched tabs without trying to draw attention to them, it was too late. Screen grabs were taken and shared across the internet. Atrioc issued a tearful apology, stating that this is not a pattern of behavior, but that he fell down in a...
What is his wife doing in the... I don't know. In this apology, I don't get why his wife is in the room. Like, I don't see what the point.
rabbit hole at 2 a.m. one morning and ended up on the site. However, the website charges $15 a month to watch the provided content, meaning that Atrioc must have intentionally created an account and entered his credit card willingly. Atrioc, who is...
Oh my god, brother. This nigga... It must... Yo.
married, made the apology video along with his wife, who was also crying. What made the situation even creepier is that he's friends with some of the women featured on the site, with some having already responded. Streamers like QT Cinderella and Sweet Anita spoke out against the deepfake pornography on their respective Twitter accounts, with QT Cinderella expressing the pain that she's facing in the wake of such horrors on a Twitch stream. Female streamers are continuously finding themselves being sexualized without their consent. They are often harassed for simply being a woman within the streaming community, and this is just one more way that they are denied their basic humanity by having these deepfakes of themselves in a sexually explicit manner put on the internet, with very little they can do about it. According to Matthew B. Kugler, a professor of law at Northwestern University, since deepfakes began appearing online in 2015, they've become more convincing every year, growing in quality and quantity. Research by Sensity AI, a company that monitors deepfakes, found in 2018 that 90 to 95% of deepfakes were non-consensual porn, which Kugler explained could be traumatic for the victim. The 2019 report from Deep Trace, a technology research company, found that 99% of pornographic deepfakes featured female celebrities. Psychotherapist Lisa Sanfilippo, whose expertise includes sexual trauma, told Insider that creating false pornographic images is a major violation. She said that for the victim, seeing images of yourself or images that are falsified to look like you in acts that you might find reprehensible, scary, or that would only be for your personal life can be very destabilizing, even traumatizing. There is no ability to give consent there. Basically, everyone agrees that deepfakes are mostly going to be used for bad things. And because of this, people are starting to...
All I'm saying, nigga, is if you deepfake me, just make sure the dick is large. You know what I'm saying? Like a 12-inch schlong on that nigga. Alright? And I'm just sitting there staring at the camera. Kula la la ooh la 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 husa kusa eska niggas. Nigga, if you defake me, I'm beating your ass, nigga. Stop that weird shit. That shit weird. Nah. Niggas defaking women, like, just sitting on, like, women trying to stream, not doing nothing sexual. Pokimane, QT, like, they're really not doing nothing that's like, yeah, I'm hot tub streams. They really just sit there and game. And just horny ass niggas in the chat.
Understand why Pokimane and other female streamers are fed up with being sexualized, because all of those overreactions have built up to this deepfake stuff, which is being denounced by everyone. Pokimane didn't really address the deepfakes as closely as others. She seems really fed up with the constant over-sexualization of her and her peers, and it's not just coming from her obsessive fans, it's also coming from Twitch employees. Just a few months ago, Pokimane opened up to viewers during a live stream about a well-networked professional in the streaming industry who allegedly faked a romantic relationship with Poki to get close to women in her community.
Someone that I and many streamers have been working with for years, someone who was also employed at a large company in the industry, has targeted and manipulated girls, specifically in my community, by falsifying a romantic and sexual relationship with me.
She explained. Pokimane went on to claim that the individual leaked privileged information he gathered from his job and threatened to harm himself if the targeted girls ever came forward.
A few months ago, a few girls in my community came forward to me with some concerns and asked to speak to my manager. They proceeded to send my manager countless screenshots and videos of their conversation with him, proving the lying and manipulation that was going on.
Pokimane said the person would approach girls in her community and tell them he struggled with mental health issues to gain their
Nigga,
trust
what?
before sending fabricated conversations between himself and her. He would then allegedly send fake explicit photos of Pokimane, hoping to receive similar images from the women in her community with whom he was speaking. He acted like he knew and hung out with me and my friends in person, she explained. This is someone I've never met. It's truly
What?
some of the most disgusting and deplorable behavior I've ever heard of. Pokimane stated that the person was
Niggas
fired
out here are
after an
fucking
investigation was
wild!
conducted into their behavior. This wasn't even the first time someone who worked at Twitch was fired for sexual misconduct. And it seems like Twitch is clearly confused as to where they draw the line with sexual conduct. They want to promote body positivity in their hot tub section, which is very clearly softcore porn that promotes the culture of paying women to be lewd on camera. Twitch also makes a ton of money from this part of their platform, and that's all good and fine to support. But for streamers like Pokimane who just want to play games, they have to deal with the audiences of those lewd streamers who can just click one tab and harass Pokimane. But a lot of people don't see it as harassment because the streamers are profiting from it. So then Poki speaking up just makes people assume she is sensitive and annoying, and that she should be grateful that she is rich. Overall, it seems like she is fed up with all of this. She's streaming less than she ever has and still finding herself in the middle of controversies. And considering everything that's happened, all the money might not be worth subjecting herself to this bullshit any longer.
Damn.